Welcome to the Ed and Pete show.
It's never the four of us anymore. It's just a combination of people.
I know. So, yeah. Welcome to
It's great.
Evercast. I think this was the first time where Crow said he wasn't available. I think.
Crow must have he must be some type of pinball expo or arcade expo going on in Chicago or something like that. He really doesn't have a life, so we can pick on him. He's not here.
Yeah. I don't think he has. He has kids. So
I know he's probably doing something cool, a lot cooler than us.
probably that'd be awesome if he busted in. Hey guys, I'm at the Pinball Expo.
Yeah, he did that one time. I don't know if you were on the Evercast then, but he did a live thing from the show.
Might have been, yeah.
Maybe you were. That was like last year or the year before last year.
Yeah, and then Rich's Gandalf thing. I know I've been busy being Gandalf. I haven't talked to him. Like, God.
Yeah, where is Rich? Is Rich coming today?
You never know, right? Maybe it's talking with someone, and maybe he's like lying on the couch. Oh, they're talking about me. You gotta jump in the chat.
Yeah, no one knows what Rich, right? When he'll show up. Yeah.
Oh,
no, I wasn't here last week because I had company in town, and it was a holiday weekend up here. So, but yeah, I was too busy cooking breakfast. Even though I don't eat breakfast, I was cooking breakfast for 4 mornings in a row and cooking bacon and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I would love to have some of that right now. That's and I wasn't making Canadian bacon. I was making American bacon. Bacon. But even Canadian bacon is really good.
Yeah. Bacon in all formats. Oh my gosh. Okay, well let's see, who do we have in the chat here this morning or evening, depending on what part of the world you're in. We've got Gene Joke. We have channel member Tails. Oh, I still need to add you to the member screen. Need to do that. Crow shocking.
No Crow shocking, yeah.
Atari Fan 72, another channel member, Fan of Fiction. Heck yeah. People Gandalf is the top of the tower waiting for the next.
What pissed me off about Gandalf? They're making a new Lord of the Rings, a movie, and it's all about Chase for Gollum, which is stupid. And they want to bring back Ian McKellen, and I'm like, nah, man, cast a new Gandalf. He's way too old. He's like 90, and I don't want AI to do stuff. Anyway, I just see Gandalf, and it just pisses me off that they're doing that.
Funny that you mentioned that, because the trailer starts off as live action, and then it kind of turned into a cartoon, and that.
No, I'm talking. That's the anime one. They're making an actual Search for Gollum feature film. Because in between the Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings, there's this whole adventure with Aragorn that Gandalf sends him on to look for in the wastes and stuff like that, and Rune looking for Gandalf. They're making that movie, but they should recast those characters because they're too old to be. It's supposed to take many years before the events of Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. No, I've been loving the Rings of Power.
Yeah, they're on about bringing back Aragorn and Legolas. Recast them. I guess Legolas, Orlando Bloom still looks young, but Aragorn, he does not.
Yeah. More members. We got Morley Bruxton. We got Cryptic Coffee. Hey, Mike Nintendo Power. Looks like they're about to bring back Aragorn and Legolas.
Oh, cool. Tails has a question. No, Crow doesn't have kids. I know Crow quite well. I know his real name. I know Crow. I've known Crow for probably 5 years, 6 years now, maybe longer.
His birth certificate, it just says Crow. No last name, nothing, just says Crow. And he was born with a beard. True fact.
He's born with the beard. I was born with the attitude.
Like I said, he's not here, so we can.
He's not going to watch it either, so we're fine.
We got Rasta. We got Guitar Jiro. We got Rob. Hey, I think you got that free membership from last night. Welcome. We got lots of people. We got kind of some Evercade news and all that. But yeah, now watch Crow watch. There'll be a comment. Oh, I was born with a beard.
Nah, I don't think Crow does. Crow doesn't watch. I don't watch when I'm not on.
I'll sometimes skim just to see what was talked about.
Yeah, no, I'm the guy's got it. I don't need to watch it. Fine.
Yeah. Definitely, whenever I do
there's
my
live,
I don't watch. Hey, speaking of Gandalf, we may have somebody bust in. Hey, Lord Jerem.
What's going on?
See, we summoned him.
Hey, Rich, you missed my rant on on the new Lord of the Rings movie, The Search for Gollum.
Oh, did you?
It was a mini rant. It was only like a few minutes.
It's only a mini rant.
Yeah, because they want to recast Ian McKellen. I'm like, let that man just retire. He's too old to play Gandalf, especially a younger version of Gandalf.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I mean, he said he would do it though.
I know. Well, of course, he wants money.
Yeah.
Let's be serious here.
That's funny.
I was telling Ed before the show started, like, it's Rich's busy season now because all the kids are back and he's got probably triple the workload now for his role.
100%.
Yeah.
That's and on top of it all, it's we're still in the middle of all of the summer projects that got pushed into the fall. So
Yeah, same here.
It's crazy, man.
We've all been busy at work and all that. Hey,
Yep.
good stuff. Good thing.
Work. I'm always working. It sucks. At least I got a fun job, so I'm happy about that.
Right?
I hear you.
Right.
Yeah, I'll take that. I mean, I'm having fun too. But
Three of the-
Oh, RMGB, you're the man. You are the man. Or woman. Or other. Just don't want to insult anyone.
Hear you. All right, we have a little bit of news and things.
I have no idea what's going on. Like I said, I had family in town last week, so I missed stuff. And then I was in Germany the week before, so wasn't I? I don't know anymore.
Yeah.
I'm a globe-tropping dude.
And this kind of leads a little
I
bit
don't know.
into
It's too early to look at your polls.
It's never too early to look at my polls. 86 votes, appreciate it. And so this, like, because it's been kind of like, I don't know.
I need to go troll your poll a little bit more because I keep forgetting you do polls. I'm gonna create a burner account just to piss you off.
You should.
Hey, Rich, you should do one too. We should do burner accounts just to get Ed going.
Oh, God. Don't give people ideas.
That
I just had
sounds
to ask,
weird.
do you prefer retro games to pure remastered form? Because there's been a lot of talk, like some people like remastered games. I know there's like a remastered version of Tomb Raider on the Switch. Other people like, the original. And I was just curious, like in the Evercade world, like do people like the pure form because you can get the remasters on other, and it looks like people prefer
That's
that.
a weird question because remasters are usually better versions of that game, right? So it depends how much nostalgia you have for the original would probably impact your answer there, I think.
Mm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Definitely.
do I want the first Uncharted remastered? Probably not. I think it's a perfect game. But Halo, which is one of my favorite games of all time, it's in my Mount Rushmore. I love the remaster of that in the Master Chief Collection because I love the widescreen. I love the new treatment on it because I always, when I played it, imagine it to be gorgeous, right? So it's weird, right? But like that's a tough question to answer. I think everybody probably, if they thought about it that way, would have challenging. Like, do you remaster? I guess the first ones we got remastered probably was the Mario series, right?
Yeah.
All Stars.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's associate that. Did you like the All Star version better than the OG?
Well, I mean, I guess even technically you could go back further to the second generation.
Yeah.
And then you could get things like, hey, there's ports of Asteroids, the arcade game. For
And Centipede and Millipede.
And then there's the 5200 and the 7800 versions,
But I think probably for this group of like our age group, I think I saw those less as a remaster, more just that system just allowed it to be better.
Yeah.
Or look better. Whereas Mario, I think, and there's probably more, I'm probably wrong on this, that the All Stars was probably the first official kind of attempt at remastering, right?
I think you're right about that.
Probably close, right? I think I'm near it. And like I really liked it when they redid those. I thought I love Mario All Stars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good time.
So somebody
Mario
says
3 is like again one of my Mount Rushmore. My Mount Rushmore is more than 4. So I shouldn't use Mount Rushmore. I use the Mount Rushmore the first part and the conspiracy theories of the back of the mountain.
That's
nice.
The Eternal was saying Immortals like it depends both, but I like can you really improve the original? That doesn't become something different, or it's only changed or enhanced. I know it's
a
pretty
remaster or an HD upgrade are two separate things too, right? Like a remaster could change gameplay and HD.
Exactly. See, that's the thing. There's many. So here's my thoughts on Tomb Raider is that I kind of feel like if they do to remaster that, then I would almost rather just play one of the newer versions. Like that kind of becomes a different game.
Mm.
But something like Doom though was pretty cool with like the music and all that. So it's
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I think I prefer the Tomb Raider remaster because I really hated the controls of the original Tomb Raider.
Yeah. I mean, I'm with Immortal on the comment there, because I definitely want the third option both there, because there are certain games where 100% I'm like, no, I need to get only the original, and I don't like some of the graphical upgrades or even musical upgrades or something like that on certain versions, but others are just like, oh yeah, I'm fine with.
I'm kind of with
Get the
Gene
remaster.
too, right? Like if the game is worthy of a redo, they shouldn't mess with remaking it. They should just give it a nice coat of paint so that
Yeah.
remaster works. But like this is awesome, right? Like this, because obviously you mentioned Diablo. I'm gonna freak out, right? He's absolutely right. The Diablo 2 remaster makes that game just like amazing. I love the remastered Diablo 2. If you haven't played it, like it's probably a must buy on any console, to be honest with you. But yeah, but like, why would you mess with, like, that's why the All Stars, right? They didn't really mess with the core gameplay. They just put a coat of paint on it.
Yeah. What's interesting, like kind of to take the remasters one step further, kind of what they did on Game Boy Advance, like with some of those Mario games, is they made little enhancements, like in Mario 2, where you can pick your character. They kind
Oh,
of
you're
just like
talking about the Super Mario 4 set? Is it? That's what it's called on the Game Boy Advance or Game Boy?
yeah, there's like an advanced 1 and advanced 2, and
Yeah.
I think an advanced.
I'm talking about
Yeah.
Super Nintendo All Stars.
No,
Yeah.
no, I know, but like,
Yeah.
yeah, I remember this, but this one was like later after that.
Yeah. Didn't they call it like Super Mario 4 and had like 3 collections on it or something? Like I can't remember. They had a weird name on them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Super Mario Advanced 1 and 2, and like you get just regular Mario Brothers, which is neat, and then you get one of the other ones. So like for Super Mario Brothers 2, they kind of like took like a port of All Stars, but they added little things like you can see like the life meter, and like when you get hit, Mario goes like, "Oh no!" Like they added voices. It's weird. They still kept it the same. So it's,
And then they did the Metroid Prime remaster where they changed the controls and upgraded the graphics. And that made that game for me playable finally from a control perspective, because I hated the GameCube controls on that. So it's weird. It depends on what they do and how they modernize it sometimes.
yes, and so like exactly kind of what you said earlier too, Pete. Making a game like widescreen, like the Duke remasters, but that was awesome. Like that that's what they did. They just put a fresh
That's
coat of
probably
paint. That's
the
awesome.
best thing Evercade's ever done. Is
Yes.
the Duke. I would think it's probably the best thing they've ever done was the Duke collection. That's my personal opinion. But like Metroid Prime, they had a horrible control screen for the average player. Like if you're an Xbox and a PS2 guy, like you go on that GameCube is like a step back trying to play that game is like a 9 out of 10 game, but it feels crappy because the controls are so obtuse. But now on the Switch, I'm like, man, this now I can discover what a great game that is because the controls are normal.
Yeah,
that's good stuff.
Yeah, but like, that's a great poll. But like, there's no answer to that. There's like, really, it all depends on what that remaster or reimagining is, right? Like,
See, that's why I like to make polls like that, where it's just like it's kind of open ended, and I do that on purpose.
Yeah, that was one of your better polls. The rest of your polls are kind of meh, kind of mid. I don't know. My kid says mid a lot, so I don't know what that means.
Kind of mid.
Average.
Yeah. That's like the new. Yeah,
that's kind of mid.
That's the new.
You know what they're saying? You know what my son says all the time now? And now I started saying it to him in public, and it embarrassed him. You ever heard the phrase skippity toilet?
Yes.
No.
Yes, so that's like Skibbity, Ohio, or that's
and they say Ohio, and I'm like, do you even know where Ohio is? Somewhere in the United States of America, and I'm like, okay.
you can make TikTok for that.
Yeah, it's like, but apparently they're making a skippity toilet anime or something like that.
Are you serious?
The meme has gotten so popular to making a movie and a TV series of this toilet that comes to life and is just like a really good dude or something like that.
That's wild.
I hate this generation. I really do. I sound like my dad when he referred to Gen X. You guys are useless. And I'm like, now I get what he was saying.
That's wild, man.
Game Freak is like, Ohio sucks. Trust me, I live here.
You have Sidney Crosby. No, wait, no, that's Pennsylvania. Never mind. You probably do so.
No.
No, I'm joking. Sidney Crosby plays for the Penguins, and that's Penguin. Pittsburgh's in Pennsylvania, right?
Yes. Yeah, very real close. The Stones throw away from Ohio. But
I
yeah.
don't know if I've been in Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've been in several places in Ohio.
And Cincinnati's in Ohio. I was in Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm.
And just across the river in Kentucky, in Florence, Kentucky. I spent 4 months in Kentucky, Ohio. That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Eating a lot of fried chicken.
Yeah. We went on the pseudo Great American road trip a couple years ago. It was me and Danae and young Douglas. It was before Henry. And we wound up in all sorts of different places in Ohio.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's where restaurants go to test new restaurants. Ohio, apparently.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. It's skibbity over there, apparently, I hear.
It's giving it.
Pretty toilet.
But Jay kind of brings this thing in, and I want to remember for Tomb Raider because like I do, like he was saying about tank controls are clunky, but I remember though that like you do need to be able to make those like tiny like steps and adjustments to make jumps, and that's what I want to test.
And jumping was already bad in the original Tomb Raider, so like I'm just not really looking forward. I appreciate what they're going to do for the Evercade and awareness, but I'm I'm looking. What's the other collection coming? The Thalamus.
Thalamus, yeah.
I'm looking forward to that more.
Yeah.
I'd love to eat a lot.
Jeez.
Yeah. So you get,
Oh, you got yours, yeah. I'm waiting for mine.
He pays the big bucks off of
I pay the big bucks. The $4 extra I can get from Funstock.
Yeah, no, I get mine.
But that's because they get me. I actually pay a little more than that because I have to have the tchotchkes.
Yeah. Well, it's like that. I think with the little bit of the exchange rate and the shipping, it costs like an extra cart. Yeah, and so you get that.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I like it. It's good.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to know what you all's opinions are, because I did a little bit of a dedicated video when this came out. Basically, there's more like more ever delays for the VSR.
It's Kansas City's in Kansas too. It's split by a river, and so you got Kansas City, Kansas, Kansas City, Missouri. I've been both places.
Yep. Yeah, I got family over there on my wife's.
Me too, on the same trip.
Yeah, mine's been shipped, Lloyd, so I'm just waiting. They said 11, but normally hopefully I get it Tuesday, Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yeah.
I want to play the Thalamus collection.
I want to play them too. They're mine are in New York still. Trying to get through that checkpoint.
Yep.
So here's what's interesting. So here's what's interesting about this is it's like with the VSRs, like it's a good problem for Blaze to have, I guess. But I think they maybe could have handled it a little differently. That there was no extra stock with the VSR, and I noticed like the same thing.
Okay, so what happened? What's the problem?
The problem, basically, the problem was that Blaze, they don't have a marketing person who does the research to kind of predict what sales will be for stuff, and so they didn't get enough stock.
That's okay. So that's not entirely accurate, my friend. Because I used to work for several companies on the other side of those things. I spent 19 years in retail, so I know exactly what happened here. What happened here was the buyers for those other places put in requests for numbers that were higher and exceeded that of what they were allocated. So Blaze told these guys, hey, look, you're going to get 10,000 units. And they're like, cool, we're going to take 11,000 pre-orders. And then when it all came in, they're like, oh, well, can't you give us an extra 1,000? And they're like, no, because we gave you 10,000 allocation and you sold 11. So no is the answer. And then they went, well, we sold 11. Can we get the extra 1,000? Well, then they're like, now you have to wait. Because that's how these things work. So it's the third party sellers that oversold their allocation is the problem.
Well, so that's one way to look at it.
I just can't believe it's this popular.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Yeah. That's the other thing, though.
How is this popular? Like, I mean, you can buy the cart separately. Like,
Yeah,
it's
it's a good
it's a subpar version of Evercade, yet it's super popular.
yeah.
I mean, that's crazy.
It's a good problem to have, but like then also like Tomb Raider is related. So here, so no, here, so here's kind of the two issue. Here's the two ways that I look at it. Blaze kind of knew that their millionth cart was Tomb Raider, and they've been doing this before. Like I think they could have forecasted better, or maybe that's what I said. I don't think they have a marketing person who gets the data, who researches and does data. Because I'll tell you which customer this really sucks for. It sucks for the customer. Like, let's say, I'm glad I didn't get a VSR kind of for this reason, because let's say you already have an Evercade and you're like, you know what, I'd want a second one. Well, it's going to come with Tomb Raider, so you're not going to buy it separately. So I kind of feel like people who ordered that almost get punished versus just ordering the cart by itself.
Yeah, I mean, and I feel for
none
the
of us
customer.
ordered it, right?
Yeah, no. And there's
No.
one other issue that I kind of have too. I feel like if you're not ordering from Fun Stock, then I just it's like if you're ordering from Fun Stock, it's always there, but everyone else kind of gets treated like secondary.
But like, are we going to get like if this delayed happened, like people who ordered from Video Game Plus, will they get this delay? Is that the plan? Like, or Somber in the US?
Yeah,
It depends on how the third party retailer distributed their allocation. If they oversold their allocation, then yeah, they're going to have to wait in order to get the new stuff. But if they sold within allocation, I would imagine that Blaze is going to have their units, and then they're just going to ship them to them.
Yeah.
But everyone that oversold allocation is going to be placed back in the end of the queue because they have to make more to make up for the oversell.
But wouldn't it be cool if Blaze if they planned for that and had a few other thousand units? They're good. They're good planning for this if it's like like special editions and stuff. But yeah, I just thought that kind of sucked. But I hear your side of the story too. But so here are my favorite 3 responses though from Blaze, which seems to fit in any category. Anything is possible. We're a small company. It's the reseller's fault. That's like their 3.
Yeah,
that's like
I mean,
three.
I get the outside looking in perspective of like, oh hey, here's another thing that happens and people aren't going to get their stuff, and it's another story that involves Blaze. I get it. I mean, it is definitely a thing. But on the same side of it, just because I work in that industry, it's like, well, there are rules for a reason, and these are the consequences of not following the rules. Like that's it. Like, and it happens all the time. Like, if you don't think that this happens a lot, then like this is the reason why people get frustrated with companies like GameStop, because GameStop does this all the time. Because what they'll do is they'll try to drum up business, and before they shut off a SKU, they'll hammer every store leader in every one of their stores, and they're like, oh, you got to push this title, you got to push this title, you got to push this title. And if it's a good title, well, when I worked there, I had a rule: I had to like the title. If I didn't like the title, I wasn't going to push it. Like, this is what I'm not going to sell you something I can't believe in. But if you were in my store and I was really hype about the title, then I would tell everybody about it, because you just never know. Like, you might like this, you might like it, pretty cool. But what that leads to is, you say you get a whole bunch of people, they put down pre-orders, right? Well, if you're halfway through the day or in the middle of a pitch, and then you get the email and they shut off the SKU, you'd be like, oh, well, that's
Game Boy Advance came.
That cool thing that you hyped for, I'm just going to shut this off. And then tell the customer that they can't pre-order it now. Well, that doesn't make any sense, because it makes you look bad. So you pre-order the SKU anyway, but now your store is oversold, which makes your region oversold, which then causes a problem up top. But that's the nature of pre-orders. That's the whole thing. That's why
the reason Blaze does is to protect themselves from having too much stock.
Right.
Yeah.
So
they never want to sit on stuff, for sure.
Yeah. I get that, but that's why I see both sides of the angle. I was like, perhaps though, after 4 years, maybe they might be tuned in. But yeah, those are cool takes. So, Rich, since you are here, my friend, this is Evercade related. I talked about it last night. What if I told you that the Pico collection still lives on, and there's more Pico, and here I'm going, and not only that, you can also play advanced games. So, like, I stumbled upon this, and it's just something that like you I don't think anybody's like heard about. And a YouTuber, I typed in like latest like Game Boy Advance stuff, And they mentioned in the video, they said, hey, that they're like the Evercade. This plays the Pico one, so it has like 40 built-in Pico games. So it's like all the games that you could get from Blaze plus more. It says it'll play Game Boy and Game Boy Color, which it won't. It'll play Game Boy Advance. It's definitely emulation because you can't save your saves back to the cart, but you can use save states. There's like a micro SD card slot that doesn't do anything. But yeah, it's where the hell's the picture? But yeah, that's what it looks like. And you do have to turn the console on and off, and L and R is right there. But
well, that's kind of interesting.
Yeah. And it's officially licensed. Yeah, I think he said he got it for like $50, but it kind of made me think of you. Like when I saw it, like you have all these games, and then you have some of them that you can get like on Steam.
Huh.
And all that. Yeah, it plays Game Boy Advance. It plays Game Boy Advance, but so it's like
that's kind of wild.
Yes.
So yeah, Radical Rest, Soccer Kid, Big Carneck, Mighty Warriors, Racing Fever, Smash and Drive. Okay. You got 8 Eyes, which was on the first collection.
But yeah, but like, I mean, who buys this? Someone who doesn't play Evercade, right?
I mean, the only person that buys it is if they have. But you said they say it's compatible with GBA, GBC, and GB, but it's only compatible with GBA.
Those are like, yeah, because the YouTuber, like he tested all, and it has a micro SD card slot. And when you go in the menu, it says load from it, but you can't load. It's almost like they're waiting on a possible firmware update to enable that.
Well, that's silly. I mean,
exactly.
But at least there's a 30% off coupon, so you don't have to spend $70.
Yeah,
product this belongs on Alibaba or AliExpress or
100%. I mean, this is like the game box,
and it looks like it's like. Yeah, I would never look at it just because it's a horizontal design. I'd rather have.
This is what it reminds me of.
Oh, okay. Okay. Rich is the one buying all this stuff.
It made me think of Rich because I was like Pico. I was like Pico lives like there's like Noah's Ark and there's some other games. Yeah, Samurai. I don't know.
Well, the reason I bought this one is because it's a handheld that supports 2 players. So you get this little thingy, and it looks like an old-fashioned Game Boy, right? But like, I was like, it supports 2 players, and you're like, how? And they're like, there's a micro USB port on the top, and they give you a controller. So you're supposed to hook it up to the top of this thing and play on this little tiny screen with 2 players. It's wild. So I was like, I don't know, it was $20, so I bought it. So
AliExpress Super Pocket. Sorry, I missed that.
AliExpress Super Pocket, yeah. Yeah. And then Mad Little Pixel got me again. He just did another video about like this like arcade thing where it was like it's an Android box, but it was like $40. So like $40 for an Android box, it comes with a little thing and like plays all these like different arcade games. And I'm like, well, that's cool because I can take that into the school because it's at $40. If the kids mess with it or like it breaks or whatever. I mean, come on, it was $40. Like, who cares, right? Like that's the difference between that and like, oh well, what if I put an Alpha in there? You know what I mean? Now I'm talking like $200, $300. That's a little. I don't want that to break so much. You know what I mean? So yeah. I mean, those cheap things are kind of fun to play around with or whatever.
The game tank. Yeah. No, that's. Check out John Hancock's video on it. It's like it's way overpriced. It's like let's charge $250 for something that was like 3D printed and it has its own. Yeah, I like to see stuff like that, but I don't. Yeah, that's definitely not for. Yeah, definitely not for.
That's funny, Phantom. It's over the shoulder 2-player.
yes.
That's awesome.
Sounds like a game.
Right.
Some of those.
Yeah, instead of having the book, you just have one of those. Just throw it on a shelf.
Yeah, nice. For $20. I mean, that's probably probably all a device like that's good for. But
oh my goodness, yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
But yeah, the Neocade, right? That's why I thought it was interesting. It was officially licensed stuff and it plays Game Boy Advance.
Yeah. So nice. Ballistic knows what's up. That's going awesome. And Mike Tendo, hey man, what's up? You got your copy of Tomb Raider coming today? That's pretty cool. That's very cool.
Everyone else is getting it early but us. Well, except you.
I can wait. I'm playing
Get the
Space Marine 2.
tchotchkes. Get the tchotchkes. Get the
I'm playing Space Marine 2, so I've got more than enough to do.
yeah.
Well, there you
So, but yeah, it was actually surprising for me because I guess during our fireside chat with me and Crow last week.
I love how you use such a corporate term to describe your chat. It was a fireside chat.
It was just two people hanging out or whatever, but
Where's there a fire?
there might have been. We don't know.
Never heard of it.
But yeah, so it was like one of those things where I'm like, well, I have the collections and it's the Evercast and it's Evercade related, so I did the unboxing. That was basically last week's show was just me doing the unboxing.
Yeah,
And then we played the collections for a little bit, which also is very surprising for me because I usually just do an unboxing and then leave it sit there for months and then never touch it.
Right.
It's like Crow.
Yeah, I skimmed through that. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah. So I gotta say though, like it takes a little bit to get used to getting back into the Tomb Raider tank control kind of thing. It's a definite adjustment. I'm not gonna lie.
It's an adjustment we shouldn't have to make in 2024.
I mean, that is a thing. Well, but I don't think that the original Tomb Raider on PlayStation ever had analog support, did it?
No, I don't believe so.
No.
So like, yeah, so we didn't have to worry about it. It's just like that's just the way it was intended to be played. So
Exactly.
I think the third one might be. Yeah, the first one.
I don't even know if the third one did it. I didn't like him enough to play all three of them, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's an interesting look up. I had a look up like one of these days. I looked up a list of all of the Google. I don't want that. Thank you. The PSX analog support games.
Man,
games, and it wasn't even that many. It was surprising. Not the analog joystick, analog stick. List of 6. Okay, here we go. Maybe Reddit to the rescue.
I'm just really looking forward to streaming it. That's kind of the main things.
Yeah, the list is not that big. It's crazy. This list it's an older list on Reddit, but I think there's like 50 games. Period.
Huh.
Ape Escape, the director's cuts, and DualShock versions of Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3, but not the originals. Breath of Fire, for whatever reason. Chrono Cross. Breath of Fire 4, I should say. Crash Bandicoot 2 and 3. Crash Bass. Crash and Spyro, the double pack. CTR, Crash Team Racing. Dance Dance Revolution, which doesn't make any sense. It was a Mac game. Dino Crisis 2, Final Fantasy 8 and 9, Gran Turismo 1 and 2, Harvest Moon, Jet Moto 3, Metal Gear Solid, obviously, because that was the one that came out with the analog support, Metal Slug X, Mr. Driller, Need for Speed 2 and 3, High Stakes, Porsche Unleashed, and V-Rally, so all of those Need for Speed games. Parasite Eve 1 and 2, those are great games, by the way. Populous, The Beginning, Porsche Challenge, Quake 2, Saltwater Sport Fishing, Spyro 2, 1, Year of the Dragon, Star Ocean Second Story, Tekken 3, I'm Jammer Lammy, Vagrant Story, and Wipeout 3. No Tomb Raider.
Interesting.
That was it. So, really, for all these PlayStation games, I mean, you don't necessarily need analog support unless you're getting these. And most of these games are, I don't know. What do you think? Are most of these games out of reach? It's Netsume, Sony, and Square Enix. With a little with a little Namco mixed in here. That's what I'm looking at. And obviously Metal Gear's Konami. But yeah, like these are all things that we don't have access to yet on the Evercade.
No. Real quick, thank you, Tales from the Jungling Waste. I appreciate it. He says, have to split, unfortunately. Catch up later. Thank you so much for the 10 years. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, man. So,
Oh,
I mean, I would absolutely love to get some of these games.
yeah.
I mean, if we could get Dino Crisis, that'd be cool. You know, I'd take Resident Evil. That's also cool.
Yeah,
Ape Escape would really be the one. And then if you put Ape Escape on a cart, you have to, I mean, obviously you have to have analog support. The whole point of that game was also to show off analog support. That was Sony's big splash, and Metal Gear Solid was Konami's big splash into the analog DualShock support thing.
Yeah.
But I would get a little. I mean, I don't know. I guess it wouldn't be that complicated, but to do Metal Gear Solid, you'd have to like make sure you have to pre-program ports.
Yeah.
Thing. And then oh wait, well, you couldn't do it on a handheld.
No.
You couldn't play Metal Gear Solid on a handheld.
No.
Because you get to Psycho Manus and then just die. that's whoops.
Limitation. I mean, that's when you got to think about it, right? Did they go to should they have stayed in an era where they don't have to compromise on what type of things they'll put on the game because of the hardware on the Evercade system, for example, right? Like they're in the PlayStation area, but most of the funness for PlayStation areas are really the analog supported games, right? For the most part, there are some obviously before that, but I'm like, should they have just stayed away from that and kept it so they can just have a library of games that doesn't ever need that?
Well, the interesting thing about this is, like, since we just went over the list, and there's like no more than 50, 60 games that I just read off, right?
Yeah.
Of the entire library.
How many PlayStation
America,
1 games are there? 1,500, maybe.
It's ridiculous. Like, all right, so what's the size of the PlayStation library? Let's look that up.
I'm sure somebody's got a channel dedicated out there that they're collecting each and every one of them.
Probably.
Yeah. And
I don't expect it much. Yeah.
So I mean, I find like it just in general, like PlayStation 1, and when you start going in that era, it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like maybe we should have just stayed in the 16-bit.
There are 1,300 games.
Wow. That's worldwide or just US?
North America for PlayStation.
Yeah, so probably another couple hundred for Europe, right?
Yeah. And like I said, like 60 of them are analog support games.
Not even 1%.
Yeah, I mean it's not even. So we're good. We're good to go.
I don't know, like PlayStation, like I would absolutely love to get like a bunch of games. Like I'd love Destruction Derby. Like I think that would be a really fun game to play.
Yeah.
Just that was a launch title, I think.
Yeah.
That would be fun to play. I mean, you could do a shit ton of RPGs because they don't need analog support, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and there was tons of them on there.
Didn't Lunar? Lunar came out on PlayStation, right?
It sure did. Yeah.
I would love to have that was in English because getting it in English is super expensive.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, that's the drum I hit. I beat that Working Designs drum to death. I want all that stuff, but because then you can get Alundra. There's all sorts of other stuff. I mean, that's a Sony game, but like a Sony published Working Designs made kind of thing. But
interesting.
Yeah. PlayStation won't be on licenses become more of an issue with music. Yeah, that's true.
So here's kind of another topic sort of related to this. What I think, speaking of games, what I think the direction that Blaze needs to go, and maybe they've already done it. What I think they need to do is contract more like indie studios come out with unique games that are only available on Evercade, or at least have like an exclusive lock for 6 months. I think that would be like more of a draw, because I know there's that market where some people are like, well, I already have a Switch and I can play the remastered versions. Like, why would I want to buy an Evercade? You know what I mean? Like they need to like do like another Duke, or just come out with like a hit, or make their own version of Tetris. I don't know, but like just come out with something that's like only on Evercade.
Mm-hmm.
And come out with a few of those. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think they need their own games, like exclusive?
What?
Or do you not think there's a market for it, or
as far as
like let's say if they came out with something like Full Void, right? But instead, like it came out like on the Evercade, like something like really like cool, and something popular like that.
Mhm.
You know, would that be a
How
draw
about
for
Action Bass? What do you guys think? Action Bass?
Action Pass.
Action
I'm just
Bass?
going through my PlayStation library, like Armored Core, Army Man.
Armored Core would be awesome. I would play that.
Well,
Beyond the
Twitch-
Beyond.
Azure Dreams.
Yeah.
I'm just looking,
Yeah.
going through my my collection, but like there's some Crusaders of Might and Magic. Like there's some games that are like the Tarzan Hercules games. You don't need analog for those, but they're Disney, so you'll never get those.
Yeah. Exclusives would be a great way to drive customers. Yeah, because I just kind of feel like last year they were
This
strong.
one should come. This is a racing game. This they'll be all over this one.
Yeah, no, that's like what I don't want to see.
What don't you want to see?
The other like PlayStation 1 titles, at least, that I don't like have any like connection with, or I don't know. Like there's better racing, there's better racing games.
I love Formula One games, man. Like I've been a race car fan since I was a kid with Matchbox cars, but I absolutely love Formula One. Is that too loud for you guys?
Yeah, like Ridge Racer. Yeah, no, but like I think, I guess what I'm saying, I think we're at a point where, like, yes, Evercade is niche, but I think they need to go like branch out and kind of give, try to reach the mainstream. Like having exclusives would be great. Like they kind of did that with Duke, right? Like they fell into that. Like there's other indie studios that like I think would want to partner, that want to get like their name out there. Maybe they're fed up with like Steam or Epic like taking too much. I don't know. And then I think in addition to that, do more kind of like go back to some more indie, bring back some more arcade. Like put it this way, if the last two carts in December are blue, I'm going to freak out. Again, I understand that like, listen, that like Blaze is a British-owned company. I feel like this year they either haven't had a break with licensings, or they've gone like a little bit like too niche, right? Like they should appeal to a broader audience. Is all that I'm trying to say. And I think by doing that is to kind of come out with some original content, go after those popular like indie like homebrew games, come up with more dual carts, and all that. I'm about to be funny. I don't know. Like I can't speak for everybody, but I know like a lot of people who do watch my channel for Evercade are similarly like into things. But yeah, I don't. God, that takes PlayStation. They do take a lot longer to load.
Man, this game still looks good though.
Give me virtual racing. I don't know. I'm sure this is cool. But
Yeah, I mean, there's like I said, out of 1,300 games, I mean, there's tons of opportunity to put some stuff out there. And then alternatively, I found another list that allows for even more of the analog stuff, but still not like incredible. Maybe we add another 40 games.
Yeah.
So, because you're right. I forget who it was. Was it Gene? Yeah, Gene was asking whether or not Soul Reaver was on the list, and I was like, oh, that's interesting because I think I do remember Soul Reaver having a one of those things.
Oh man, I forgot how much I love this game.
Even on the second list though, I don't see it, but I do see other games.
This does look pretty cool. I admit.
Oh, dude, it's so easy to play too. This one, racing games like the official license games, you didn't have to be a vehicle engineer or a 50-year experienced mechanic to play them.
Nice.
Yeah, they didn't go like super crazy into like the.
Yeah. Oh, I shouldn't have done that.
Like just
time penalty. See, if I did that move on the latest F1 game, I get time penalties warned from the track stewards by going off the track.
Yeah.
Okay, it's an arcade racer. Actually, the more I'm watching you play this,
you can play different. You can play sim and arcade. That's the beauty of the early F1 games. They're just amazing. Like, dude, like I am a huge sports gamer, right? So I love sports games, but I don't really like the funny because I used to work on them. But I don't really enjoy the complexity of how they got in the last 20 years.
Yeah.
See, that's what I was.
Look at this. I'm just picked up and play. I haven't played this in 20 years, and I'm like 8th place. Of course, I'm playing with the man, one of the goats.
I was thinking like Formula One, you're going to have to like mess with tires, and I didn't realize this was just you could do an arcade mode, which is
awesome.
I
came in too hot into that corner. I shouldn't know. I know this track better than that.
Ooh, new firmware. Yeah, less
Yeah,
hardware.
4.0 is coming, right?
Yeah, it's gotta be pretty soon, right? Because here we are in September. We gotta
Yeah,
get another one of those
yeah.
cool looking game of the month.
Oh shoot, Pete, what are you
Yes.
doing?
My main issue with new hardware is because like this year, like really, you didn't have to buy any hardware that Blaze put out if you already had like a VS per se or like EXP to enjoy the experience. It's kind of, for me, it's kind of more that when they try to put all this hardware, they try to do too much, and then I feel like focus gets taken away from getting licensing and from just like putting out existing firmware. Yeah, but I know what you mean though. Like the FOMO, I don't have to say the mofo, the FOMO and all that's there. You have too many already. Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of what I'm kind of glad that I didn't get the VSR just to have a second one that I kind of don't, because then I would have had to wait on Tomb Raider.
Right.
Yeah, gotta get the Tate. Yeah, I can't wait for that. I'm excited about the grip, if I'm being honest, because I want to play like all those shooters and everything.
Oh man, I wish I had DRX.
Not too much longer then for that one, because it's it's November.
Yeah,
November now for the XPR.
I gotta order the next. So now that like the ever delays have caught up, so now we're gonna get another 2 cards at the end of this month.
That's right. Yeah.
So that's kind of neat. We're gonna be.
That's Legacy and Legacy of Kain and what was the other card?
See, this game would be amazing on the Evercade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. The more I'm watching, as another computer collection.
Oh, I keep taking that corner.
I forget what is the other card, or is it Data East? Actually, I can.
Just go right to Fanstock's homepage.
I was gonna say I've got my
It's
roadmap.
it's the Bitmap Brothers. It's the Bitmap Brothers computer collection.
Okay, yeah, I got my roadmap screwed. I think I was really wanting like Topolin and Data East to be here. But yeah, I gotta swap these around.
And then by the time we get Toaplan and Data East with the alpha, they will likely let us know. Well, actually, maybe they'll let us know that the December cards in September.
Yeah.
When Bitmap and Legacy of Kain come out. So that way you can prepare the pre-orders.
Yeah. So it's I just hope like, and I was like, Gene, don't even tease it. I feel like last time I streamed, he said the December cards are gonna be blue.
You know what's gonna be delayed? Like, set yourself up for it.
What, the December cards? No.
You don't think so?
No, they'll be out.
I don't know, man.
On the cart side, they got the cart thing.
Okay.
I think it'll be fine.
Yeah.
I'm with that.
Here's
some new tchotch gear though. And what are you gonna? What's the new bundle gonna be?
Oh, I locked up my tires.
We already did a double bundle with the soft case. Soft case was twice. They did T-shirt twice now.
You know what? That's not bad. 7 out of 24. I'll take that, guys.
Yeah.
First time playing this game in 20 years.
Do it up.
Crossy Road. I don't know about that, Tyler Turtle.
Crossy Road.
I don't know. Usually, the funny thing, the bundle, if I'm like, it's cool that you like them, but usually it's stuff that I don't want.
You know why that game's good is Psygnosis.
I mean, the T-shirts are probably the best value, but the pins. But I guess if you start collecting the pins, then you have to have all the pins, and so I get.
Yeah.
So like I get that. So here's what I'm hoping. The guy that they now that works for Blaze from Idios or Idios, however you say that.
Yeah. The new chairman.
Yeah, we kind of talked about this on my stream a little last time. I'm hoping that he has connections, right? Because getting licensing, it's all about like who you know and the connections. Like that guy that used to work for Arcade 1-Up, who I can't remember, but he got them like Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and all that. So I'm really hoping that they have some connections and that we can get.
I think they hope that same thing. In the announcement, they were like, "Yeah, hey, we're kind of people who know people, so let's see what we can do." So I'm like, okay, that sounds good to me.
Yeah, I can't remember his name, but he's been in the industry for a while. I'm hoping maybe he can like talk to Capcom and all that. I was like jokingly saying, I'm like, let me talk to Konami. I'll tell them and be excited like why you need to get that. And actually, that's what I was kind of saying, that like there's two, like I guarantee there's 2 IPs or whatever that Blaze will get a return on their investment, even if they're expensive licensing, and that's Konami and that's SNK. Especially SNK. The only trick to SNK is that you got to do 2 carts, and you probably are going to have 6 games, so you got to curate that. But another thing that they need to do for the SNKs, do a special edition, and like it kind of like what they need to do is what they do in Japan, like with some pop-up stores. They'll sell T-shirts like an SNK, but they'll have like the original size box. So imagine this is going to be hilarious. Imagine if they did a special edition, had the original size like AES cart box, and then inside you have like the tiny like little like Evercade like cart, and you have like goodies like a T-shirt and some stuff, and then you send that out there to like all like the YouTubers who are like into Neo Geo, and, like the Japanese YouTubers who go on retro hunts, and you have them kind of like compare it like that, you know, and then Konami, like, dude, like I get, and then in addition to physical carts, you also do super pockets of the same thing, and you put those in stores, so you make everybody happy. Like, and I know those are an expensive license. I don't know, like if they have to pay, they'd have to pay separate for the Neo Geo license. Maybe they could get a Unibios license cheaper. I don't know, but those would put Blaze on the map, and they would get, you know, I think they'd get a good return on money.
Yeah.
Not that I know anything about analytics or all that crap, but just for the popularity, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So this is an interesting thing. Since he's playing Tomb Raider on...
You're like, I'm going to fire it up on the VS.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah.
We do Tomb Raider versus Tomb Raider.
Yeah, like this looks awesome. Yeah, this looks awesome to me. Like I really can't wait to...
Let's see.
I think the first Tomb Raider really excites me because I never got to play like the full game. Mainly just like the demo disc that had like the first level, or two.
Yeah,
I came out with buddies like PS1. So yeah, it's like Resident Evil meshed with like Prince of Persia kind of, and like Indiana Jones and all that stuff. But yeah, I'm fine with the graphics. I know some people yes, the remasters of it on the Switch like are updated, but then
roll, right? You roll this, it resets your camera back towards where you came from, which is stupid.
Roll with it. You gotta
roll. When you do the roll, it's a 180-degree backward roll.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
Something to get used to. Hey, look at those footprints. Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited about it. But yeah, that's kind of what inspired me to put out that poll. I was like, well, like, there's some of us that want to play the original, maybe the original versions. And I think it'll fine like on a TV. And that's why, like, if you remaster something too, like there are newer Tomb Raiders, and then I think maybe this game kind of becomes that. So it looks gorgeous to me.
Oh, it looks great. There's no joke. Like, it is a nice looking game.
Yeah.
Just 2 volumes of Neo Geo games coming to the Switch. Yeah. No, that's cool.
It's kind of interesting. It's like the Polymega, it like subdues the brightness a little.
That's what I was gonna say.
Well, I've got a filter on, right?
Oh, do you?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, so you go into your filters, right? Go into your virtual display, and I've got so you can switch your virtual display. You can change your aspect ratios, right? And then you can do your virtual display. You can make it like that.
Yeah.
So here's kind of like John Schneiderman has a good point. Like he says, I'd like not changing the graphics. It is like adding color to black and white film. So sometimes, kind of we were saying earlier, it does depend on the remaster, but it can do that. Oh, Blaze
Tweak. Get up here. I can't remember this game at all.
Nice. Yeah, I was gonna say because it looks better on the Evercade.
Yeah, it looks a lot brighter.
Yeah. And for this game,
I have no idea about this game, so I can't remember it.
You got to climb up.
How do you climb up?
A. Or X. On a PlayStation controller.
You think jump would work, right?
No, it's the action button. You got to do the action button. You got to do the pull.
Oh yeah, it's weird that I thought I could just jump that height.
A button.
A button. Yeah, it's cool.
I definitely. Why not? Wait. Oh, stupid.
See if I can get. I'm gonna see if I can get further than I did the last time. Because during the Evercast, I got through. There's the one part where
the wolves kill me in this game a lot.
Yeah, well, I got eaten by a bear.
Yeah, well, if
it's a polar
bear, you should get eaten by it.
Hey, for funsies, pop this into the Super Pocket. I know that's probably not the way to play.
Can I lock onto things?
Pop it in a Super Pocket?
Oh, now I know because the enemies come and attack you pretty good.
My Super Pocket's is
whoever said you can get used to tank controls, you kind of can.
Yeah.
I don't mind it.
Yeah.
Oh. So Ballistic says I was never a PlayStation guy. Looking forward to this. I've only played the first Tomb Raider on my
I
cousin.
played it at a friend's
Yeah.
house and I never really owned them until later in life when I started collecting.
Sorry, Nintendo kid. Yeah, I skipped because I was in like I don't know. As soon as like I saw like Diablo and other like the Sierra Point and Click games, I was kind of like sold on PC, like PC gaming. I skipped owning the PS1. Did have PS2 and Dreamcast. So yeah, no, I didn't dive as much like into it. L2 R2 sidestep very handy. Yeah, this would be probably like hurt the hell of my fingers playing this in the Super Pocket.
See, I gotta pull this, but I'm not sure how to do it.
It's the power of the VS controller.
Hey, Rich, should I pull this?
Yeah, man. That's
Pull
how
it.
you got to open the door.
How do I pull it though?
You got to go in there, action button. You got to get
That's
really
not
like, lined right up on it, though.
Yeah, that's not nice.
Yeah, that's not the best, but that's back in the day. That's how it worked.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Once you understand the rules of the world, oh my God, how do I get through?
Once you pull the thing, you just go through the door. The door opens, you go through.
You gotta be quick.
Yeah.
You know what? Ballistic, some reseller was very happy. No, but that's I don't blame people for doing that. Some people want the shyness, like nice and shiny.
I already like this better than the first time I ever played it.
That's hey,
Well, how
crash
do I
line.
break this, Rich?
Yeah, you got to go up. You got to turn around, and there's like the thing up top.
I need a guidebook. I should go find a strategy guide for this.
Oh, there you go.
Only tons of FAQ.
Yeah, the FAQs. Yeah.
Or if you really want to be
Here,
nostalgic,
Rich?
find like a physical
Yeah,
copy.
you climb up there.
Dude, I'm really liking the way they definitely did some tweaks to the gamma because that looks like better than I remember. Maybe because it's also in HD, but that looks a lot better than I remember.
Oh, cool. I am a god at this game. Rich, you and I need to do a stream together. When I get my cart this week, I'll stream with you, okay?
Okay.
Dueling Tomb Raiders.
Where is the
I
jump?
can't wait to start doing some
There
dedicated
we go.
stream.
That's the
Anybody
jump.
want to see me and Rich stream this and Rich guides me how I'll get through the game?
I mean, it's only going to be for a little bit because I'm going to wind up. So this is where I missed. I missed this jump, and then I got eaten by a bear, and that was the end of my run.
Like, how do you target? Like, how do you lock onto the target, or is that not a thing?
I think it does it automatically.
Yeah. Aim assist.
Oh, I did it again.
See,
There.
Here's what seems to happen. Like, I guess again, it's good that we're getting like more carts at the end of the month.
Oh shit!
Are you guys gonna have the dilemma like you're sucked into Tomb Raider? It's like, do I want to start
Oh, I
Legacy?
I
died.
think it did it. I killed the bear. I did the
Like,
bear.
is this something you all are gonna play to the end, or are you gonna switch back and forth the next month's cart? You know what I mean? Because we also have like long RPGs and
Well, it depends. Like the
It-
first
it's-
Tomb Raider, I
It
don't
interests
think
me.
I don't
And
think it was inordinately long. So like, I'd probably go for it.
if Rich
Yeah.
plays it through, I'll probably play with him and like just play and talk
Is
to
this
him.
a
on
trap?
streams.
nice.
I think that's a trap.
Oh, it auto targets, but you need to release. See, that's the thing. When you need to have like Gene in your
You can go
Gene
to
will
her
Shoot.
tell you how to play the games. Like he's helped me so much. Like he's helped me. Like
Oh.
yeah, you need to release the file. Okay, so it auto targets, but you need to release it. Yeah, I kind of remember that. Yeah,
This makes me want. You can
Yeah.
target. Like, how do you target in this game?
you you hold the button to shoot, and then you gotta release it. And then
Oh, I get it.
and then you hold it down. Yeah, kind of like the
Oh, that's
opposite.
Tomb Raider 2 now.
Hey, look at me! I'm in my house.
This is actually pretty decent. Yeah,
Okay, I'm
Rich is
changing
dog
my
food.
mind on this game. Like,
I died.
why do I have a pool here? Oh, can I play the piano?
Yeah, no, I hear you. I hear your crash line, but at least the good thing is we have variety and all that.
Yep.
Rich's dog food.
Yeah.
Crystal Dynamics and
I
embrace
worked
your.
with Crystal Dynamics a long time ago. Like, we did a few things together.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Look at that. It looks
Cool. I like this.
way snazzier.
How do I get out of the house?
How do you get out of the house?
Yeah, I know that that'll annoy me. I just want to play the game. Damn it!
Oh, there's a couple controls you can do here.
Yeah, they introduced the side steps and stuff.
After that
Ooh.
business. No, that's not right. You need to press jump and forward together for me to clear the
Yeah.
gap.
See, Laura will tell you how to play.
Try again.
I don't like Laura.
To climb up, press forward and then hold down the action button.
There you go. Okay, that's kind of okay for this. I approve the tutorial. The Dreamcast.
Okay, that was quite a tough one. You need to make a running jump and then press action for me to grab the edge. To get the
It's
running
almost like play this first for the tutorial, and then go back to Tomb Raider 1.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right.
jump forwards from
I
there.
might have to do
Press
that.
one. I'll make it just right.
The thing I have to get used to is the overcorrecting. Hey, look at that. Look, guys, notice what's down there in the lower left of my screen?
You need to press jump and forward together for me to clear the gap. Run back to the start and try again.
You guys notice what's down here?
To climb up, press forward and then hold down
What's
the
up?
action button.
Mention.
I'll show it to you. It's Indiana Jones reference.
Oh,
To avoid
Oh, okay. It looks
to
like
make that jump successfully, I need to walk back as far as possible from the. To avoid falling off the ledges, you can
Yeah.
use the walk button. That way, I'm more.
a hard pass for you. Well,
To
maybe
make
once
that
you
jump
see,
successful,
I
I need to walk back as far as
It may
possible.
change your mind. It may not.
Take a
Oh,
running
it's changed my mind already. I'm going to play a shit ton of
walk
this.
to the edge.
Yeah,
There's not a lot of big games coming out this year for me to play. So
yeah. I'm super pumped about this. After
consider
watching.
my own game. Look, The Lost Ark.
well, that's cool.
Okay. Yeah, the way that checkerboard and stuff kind of reminded me like Resident Evil.
That's not
stuff.
right.
That's awesome.
You need to press jump and forward together for me to clear the gap. Run back to the start and try again.
Oh, yep. It's first Saturday.
Probably like most folks across like I'm a
Yeah, I've got to go too. But Rich, I called you Crow there for a sec. We should plan to, if you do streams once like Tomb Raider this week, I get my copy on Wednesday. Maybe we can do some.
Yeah, let me know, man. Oh no!
Bigger gaps.
dual stream action.
Wow, check that
Oh,
out. You can do this crazy backflip thing. Whee!
Oh, the game looks a lot better too on number 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys hearing audio coming through on mine?
Just a little bit.
A little bit. Yeah.
Oh,
To avoid falling off the ledges, you can use the walk button.
I like having a collection of playing the bad games. Yeah. Yeah,
You
definitely.
need to walk back as far as
Definitely.
possible from the edge.
Yep.
Then take a running jump as before.
Maybe I'll actually play some Evercade tonight.
there you go.
Press action to make the grab.
You mean you don't play?
You've been playing on Steam Deck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I switch back and forth between Evercade adjacent,
That's not right.
Evercade adjacent things. And just sometimes if I don't feel excited, yeah, I like to play what I feel excited
Run
for.
back to the start and try again.
Wow. Lord Arshbark already finished Tomb Raider 1 and 2.
Cool.
That's
Awesome.
sweet.
I can't believe they're that long games, right? What are the like Tomb Raider 1? Is it like 4 or 5 hour game? Is it more than that?
Bigger gaps. I need to do a running jump. Start.
Kind of. I know Gene was saying that, like, yeah, he was saying it's a kind of, you could, like, in 1 or 2 hours, 10 hours or so, yeah, it would be good for streaming because in a stream you could definitely make progress.
That's
And then,
not
yeah.
right.
Well, if you're good, you can make progress.
Clear the gap
All right, I've got to go.
and try again.
See you all next week, everyone.
All right. See you, Pete.
All
See
right,
you,
bye. Later.
Get 14 hours.
I'm trying to get.
And look out for the dual streamers. Yeah, I can't wait to stream this. I'm super pumped. And actually, I like I like how they did make that improvements to the interlacing, because
I need to do a
I know
running
with like PS1 games,
start.
that can be an issue with connecting to HDMI. Like if you don't have like the right like upscaler, if it can't do the interlacing right, then it can make the game look bad. But yeah, this looked better on the Evercade than the Polymega.
I mean, I think it's actually really cool.
Hello.
Say hi.
Hey!
Say hi, Douglas.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, those are really cool glasses. I love
yeah,
that.
yeah. He
That's
loves
awesome.
he loves an orange glasses.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, dude, those are cool. Those are cool.
So, yeah, it's good stuff.
Is higher,
Daddy.
higher res. But yeah, we'll look forward to the Tomb Raider collections. Yeah, also play Thalmos, but Yeah, I'm curious to see what other licenses that the guy that they hired, not just from his company,
Do you think
Yeah, I think he's definitely got some kind of connection. So I mean, hopefully it'll be all right.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if it's possible, but I don't know. I just want I like how Tomb Raider was a great surprise. I just want more of those bangers. Like, come on, give us more of those bangers. Pull off an SNK, pull off a Konami. Like, come on. Because I don't know. I think that come out some with unique games. Try to see if some of those other studios. I was spoiled by the Duke remaster, right? Like, I think we just need to see more cool stuff like sprinkled in, and maybe it's just me, but I kind of feel like this year, like the Picos, even though I do enjoy, but like the Picos and the computer collections kind of got sprinkled in versus we used to see some other stuff, like some other arcades, more indie dual. I kind of feel like it was a little bit too dominant. And to be fair, like last night, Gene was saying, like, yes, they kind of did that in the beginning with like Atari and Intellivision. So I get that, but then they kind of moved away. They kind of moved away from that. No, dude, I don't see Disney at all. It would be cool. It would definitely,
Well, the cool thing is, like, Disney's got that weird thing where they're almost it's like they want to do games and then they don't want to do games, and then they want to do games and then they don't. You know what I mean? They're always back and forth with that stuff. And the interesting thing about that in particular is the fact that every time they don't want to do games, when they're in the period of we don't want to do games, they license everything out, like just boom, 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 boom. So maybe we're in that period where, because at games they got them, why can't we get them? So maybe that deal can be done.
You know what, dude? You know what would be the most epic? Okay, and you can tell me if I'm wrong. Okay, if they did do a Star Wars collection, which would be like I like if they had the 2600 version of Atari, had the awesomes. But it's too many vendors. Or if they even just had like the Sega Arcade. Actually, I was thinking if they could do the Sega Arcade, but have the controls be right, because even when I played that on Steam Deck, it was weird. Like it didn't, you know what I mean? So
well,
like
so the Sega. Are you talking about the Sega Star Wars Trilogy Arcade?
Yes.
Yeah, that's almost impossible to do without a true to form joystick, like a flight stick.
Maybe they
if they can't do it, because unless they put out a flight stick or flight stick support, I mean, there would be also no point in putting it out on the Evercade, because you can't control it on all the devices. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So what would be like what would be like the hit? Do you think just something like Super Star Wars for Super Nintendo?
Yeah, the Super Collection is pretty cool. Those JVC games are neat. I would say you put that in there. Dark Forces might be cool. Masters, I mean, yeah, because you got to have the good with the bad, right? So Masters is like a niche game. I enjoyed it, but not everyone did. I would say the NES Star Wars games are pretty good, and some of them are pretty rare. Like Empire Strikes Back, it's a pretty decently rare NES game. Not a lot of people have one.
Because here's what you do for the special editions, and I think these would sell it almost instantly. So you have the physical cards, right? Imagine if they took this would be a good excuse. Imagine if they did two versions of the OG Evercade. They did a Darth Vader and like a Luke Skywalker, and they had like that comfort shape, but had with like an upgraded, but had it like with the upgraded screen, and you had like a white one and a black one, kind of like in the Star Wars themes, and it's in Star Wars, and
yeah, maybe that'd be kind of cool
on the side, and and have two special editions. Oh my god, dude, those would.
Well, you figure if they're gonna do that, they're gonna do it with the they do it with the EXP though, right?
Maybe, but like to make it more of an oddity, like because they like doing new hardware, they could do that too, or maybe even if they did that. But I was thinking like for an excuse to bring back the comfort.
Oh, just bring back the OG just for doing it.
Because they haven't done that.
I'd want them to bring back the OG just for one thing, for a limited time, one time only, and they could do it with like even a Star Wars-ish theme. They just bring back the black and red one, just once, so that way I can complete the set. That's all I want.
But have it with with the better screen and like
you can have the upgraded stuff in it. Yeah,
and it'd be USB-C. Yeah. but then that if that requires too much engineering, yeah, they could just do like different colored Star Wars. Like they could do like
Yeah.
a Luke, and
Yeah.
have a dark side, have a Jedi, have like a light and dark side version. And oh my god, that would. Yeah, new OG, way better screen, extra buttons. Exactly, that's right, Gene. That's what I was kind of. That's kind of what I was thinking. But yeah, if they got that Star Wars license, oh my god. But that would be cool. And even if they didn't, like, I would even give them a pass. Like listen, even if they had a Star Wars collection, even if they didn't do like a bunch of like rebranding, even if they just said, hey, we're gonna do the quick and dirty route, we're gonna kind of do what we did the Duke, have a background theme, and then just like have a Luke, have a Vader edition. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Like that would be cool. Star Trek collection. No, that would be interesting. No, believe me, I'm definitely here's the thing, like I like Star Trek. Like if you like in-depth stories and everything, Star Trek is what you want. If you just like fast action, that's Star Wars.
Yeah.
But I know Star Wars. I think Star Wars would sell better. I hate to say that, but I would.
I mean, it probably would, to be honest, but
This is turned into a card episode.
I mean, so that's the weird thing. Were there so for our people across the pond, were there like Doctor Who games that were really cool? That'd be kind of a cool license, right?
That would be.
I mean, I don't really know a lot about Doctor Who, but if there was like really cool Doctor Who games, like that'd be neat.
Yeah.
So what's
That
that?
would be neat. Like have like a TARDIS kind of like box and or thing, and the handheld goes in there.
There were bad Doctor Who games, Gene Joe says.
Wow.
That's funny.
Doctor
There-
what?
They were PC and online only back in the day. Not many though. All right. So, but yeah. Speaking of,
Empire Strikes Back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So-
So they could kind of do some coolness with the different collections.
is
But yeah,
JVC even around anymore? I know their game studio isn't, but
Yeah.
is JVC a thing?
I don't know.
JVC shop, yeah.
And I think the reason I keep going back more to the mainstream is that like there's people like us that will always be interested in people that are watching, but like the people who are like really into the niche, like I don't think that's enough to keep Blaze going. And I think they're slowly, maybe they'll surprise us next year. I'm really hoping that it's like, hey, tomorrow, like next year, isn't, we don't have to spend time and resources on hardware. If we do, it's just going to be reskinned. We're really going to put the firmware to where it needs to be, and we're going to get some of those cool big licenses and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? Maybe they'll support. No, Full Void is going to Steam, but like I don't know. I think they could do it. They could have the right studio to partner with them, or even the right individual who just wants to kind of break out there. It's like, hey, let's put your exclusive game.
Yeah.
That's like single or dual cart worthy. I don't know.
Well, that's kind of cool.
You're gonna get people defending the thing. How bad the cams look. Oh, you're talking about Tomb Raider. Well, I gotta play to see it. No, I am more excited though. Kind of hope one of the December carts is that. Yeah, I really That would be neat. I think definitely they have to deliver on because the December carts have always been like really hyped, right? Like it's like last year they were the Astabros, and I think was it Good Boy Galaxy?
Good Boy Galaxy, Witch and Ways, and Demons of Astaborg Astros. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be a cool way to end the year. Another dual cart, double dual cart. That'd be cool. I would take that.
So what I think, and I think was it Pete? I think did he say like, was it? He said $25 or $30 was the absolute ceiling for like an Evercade cart.
Yeah,
That's not a
$29.99. I think is the ceiling.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then you start getting into more competitive stuff like Switch games and like that kind of thing. And some of those games at that $29.99 price point could be collections in and of themselves. So you know, on like Switch or whatever. So yeah, you don't want to compete with that too much.
Listen, there will be certain YouTube channels that will put out and be like, you only get 6 games for the, like of course. But I think I think though that I think like I said, I think the minority of people who complain, if it's the right license, like if it is like an SNK or if it is like an Konami, especially because like any physical SNK is expensive. Yes, this is emulation. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I think SNK they could do that $29.99 for each collection. You get six games per collection, 5 or 6 games per collection, and then do a special edition that's like $40 or $50. That would be one they could get away with that. So I think that would be fine. But yeah, it can't ever get above that.
Yeah.
And it can't be like every single cart. But if they did that with a few, if they really had to, I think that would be fine. The difficulty though is curating SNK because you don't want to make it a whole fighting collection. But I think you do like a balance of some of like you put like a good version of King of the Fighters on there. You do throw on like Magician Lord. You throw on some of the other. Like you definitely have like 1 or 2 Metal Slugs. Like, oh my god.
Yeah.
That's like required by SNK law. But I think if you curate that right, then that would be done done really well, and then make it compatible with some like SNK like joystick you could plug in. I don't know.
Chat's going nuts about more hardware.
Yeah,
That's funny.
Oh my god, that is hilarious. What's next? Combo Evercade, Hookah Coffee Maker. That also
Julienne's fries. Nice. That's good. That was a good one.
Yeah.
I'll give you that one.
That's that's funny. Hell yeah, Metal Slug. Yeah, that's like I know for a fact like you could get away with just a Metal Slug collection if you threw in some like Neo Geo Pocket. Definitely like you could get away. I think that's popular enough, but I think a good variety might be better.
Yeah.
SNK alone could double. Yeah. No, if they made a deal with SNK, oh my god! Even if they didn't they made a deal with SNK to just come out with arcade like the MVS versions of carts. Holy crap! And we got like 4 purple carts next year.
Yeah, I mean, it could be pretty good. The only thing that I can guarantee you though is at least on the Blaze overall sister company side, we're gonna get at least 2 more Super Pockets. That's for sure. And I would be fine. It'd be like if we could just be like, boom, put in 2, even if it was 4, 2 sets of Super Pockets, 1 in the beginning of the year, 1 at the end of the year, and then no other hardware. Thank you. That's
a good idea because they've already they already have the device invented, right? They just have to color it, whatever color theme, and they just put and it's like the same thing that goes into cards,
Get it now with an exclusive spatula from Spatula City.
What?
Yes. Oh man, I love that movie so much. I love that movie so much.
A coffee.
Yeah, then you can take your spatula to be a contestant on Wheel of Fish.
Yeah, you know what, Lord? That is interesting that they didn't use a USB-C. Give it a better, but.
Oh man.
Maybe bundles. Yeah.
That is weird because I thought the reason why they did the whole redo of the console was the fact that there's that new mandate in Europe about USB-C for power and data.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't know if we have time to go into the whole thing, but that's what I'm kind of like. It's cool for like those of you who want to use like an EverSD and all that, but then like it defeats the whole purpose like of the Evercade, my quick little PSA. So it's like you could do all that, but like I think most people have another device. Like it's easier for me to load EmuDeck on my Steam Deck and play those games than to go through patching and all that other stuff. Or if you're going to do that, what is it like? An EverDrive is $60 for that same price. You could get a decent like Chinese handheld that already comes with those ROMs and it's already configured. I don't know. To each their own, but
yeah. Well, I think though that the patcher software without the device, you can still make you use the patcher. You run the patcher software on the VS. I think it just lets you do the Namco.
Now, if it was something where you could actually just patch the Namco carts and those would run on the VS,
yeah, no, I think that might have been what Lloyd was saying, that there's some kind of new. They're like, but it's like custom firmware, so like it's not official.
Yeah,
but
that's the issue. If you could do it with like, if it was something. He says you don't ever need the EverSD though. It works.
Yeah, you just run the patcher software on the VS.
That's what it does. It. Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
So, I mean, but if I did that, I would do it on an old like the white one or the VSR.
Yes.
I worked on the VSR. I was like, no, I can't do that on my limited editions. I just can't. And that's all I have. I have my limited edition black red VS, and I've got my Duke VS, and I'm like, nah, I can't do that.
Gotcha. I guess I see that every patch advertise. Okay, so yeah, if you want to like take one of your other ones and keep it at that version, I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
And I get that that's kind of cool, but then again, for me, being that if I do want to play them, I can just plug in through the EXP though, and so yeah. But I hear there's a reason for if you could do that just to the carts and it would remove the security on the carts, then that would be okay. He said he did it on the white one and Atomic theme and changed it to the color of the light strip. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I would do. I would do it on a white one. Yeah. Cool. Like mess around with it. Yeah, that'd be kind of fun.
But you know what though? I'm hoping maybe we do see more themes. I'd like to see borders for the games, especially.
Well, that's what I hope. Like it's a little too early for speculating for next year.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're absolutely right. Like let's have fun with that stuff. Do some customization stuff, do some all that. Like really kind of go out all out on getting games and that kind of thing. And then have your super pockets be like well, we need to have hardware. So yeah, throw some super pockets out there. But then do two sets. Do one before summer and one after summer. And then that's fine. I'm okay with that. Yeah. And if they're good, I'll get both. Maybe I won't. I don't know. Because I only got the Atari one. I got the Atari one because you got me with the wood grain and I want Save Mary and all those things. And it's 50 games on there. That was a great deal. So I went all in on that one. I don't think I'm going to get the other one though.
Yeah. No, I don't blame you. But yeah, having more of a polish, because like last night I was playing Truxton on Steam Deck through Coin-Op X, and that's all like volunteer. But like, dude, that had like the arcade. It was kind of neat. Like they had like the border and all that, and it was just especially you have a lot more room in those Tate mode games. So I was like, man, I wish we had that on Evercade. So right,
Ballistic Order, both Atari Super Pockets. Yeah, I mean the other one looks cool though. The black and red one, it's pretty legit.
Yeah.
So
he says he is the original VS, Atomic VS, and well, here's the thing: if I never heard or got into Evercade and I saw like the Super Pocket Atari like in the store,
yeah,
I would pick that up in a heartbeat. Definitely. Mm-hmm. What are the best wireless controllers for? Probably 8BitDo, right?
Yeah, I think that's everyone's settling on an 8BitDo. I just use the regular controllers.
Yeah,
I mean, I still have my limited edition VS wired.
Yeah,
and I only sit here in the studio and play. So
yeah,
and they're long. The cables are super long.
Heck yeah!
So even on the OG VS in the school, we were playing that with the kids all the time, and I just use a wired controller. It's fine. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the Super Pockets are a great idea.
8BitDo Pro. Yeah, 8BitDo Pro hands down. Yeah, and that what you said. If they have to do and if they need to come out with a special edition, although I think that I don't know. I guess this year they chose to do maybe they chose to do the alpha, but I think I was surprised there was no special edition of Tomb Raider.
Mm-hmm.
Like they would have like cashed in on that, had it come with like a Lara Croft figurine or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
some little thing, but it's all good though. I'm looking forward to getting those collections and playing the hell out of Tomb Raider until the end of the month. Which this weekend I got to order. Oh, cool! Thanks. Yeah, I got to order. Oh, there's an update coming for the OG as well.
Really?
Wow, really?
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
update for the OG. I thought they were done.
Yeah, me too.
3.0 is it? They were going to send it off to the West.
Well, you know what it might. I wonder if they're just going to make an update so you can play Tomb Raider, kind of like you could in some of their other games like Hold Select. And
does Tomb Raider not work or whatever?
I bet it works, but like you're missing. You're missing.
Oh no! Somebody tweeted at Evercade this week about that, and they were like, "Oh, I put it in and it doesn't work. What do I do?" And then their answer was update to the latest version. Because it does say requires update.
Oh.
There we go. Yep, requires firmware update. But it is compatible. So maybe it's something else. Who knows?
It does work with the newest update.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I wonder though, like, did they make it like Cathedral, where if you hold select and press, then you can use like L2 and R2 for the other, for the other two buttons. I wonder if they
I don't know.
hotkeyed that. That will be patched. Oh, and that HDMI. Yeah, I was gonna say. I bet it's just fixes, but it's nothing. It's nothing glorious.
Got it. All right. Well, that's cool.
It's just fixes. But you know what? I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't. I wouldn't mind something like a little custom theme, just something fun. Like if they just put that out for the fun of it.
Yeah.
The OG, like that would be kind of. Yeah, I missed that. Like, I want to see more of the secret things. Like, remember they even did that hotline, and even Pete called it and found out it was like crazy.
That was awesome. Yeah, they should go back to doing that. That was cool.
Yeah.
All those like cool viral little like awesome. Yeah, hit that retro button over and over. Hit the nostalgia button with all their cool little marketing things. Yes, 100%. I wouldn't even mind if they reached back out like every once in a while, like have like like YouTuber challenges or something like that. Like make some videos for them. I'd be up for that. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, we did that.
That was fun.
That was great. We had no idea like what it was for, and then
yeah, we just did it. I thought that was cool.
Yeah,
I know some people in the general community were like, oh, whatever. But I thought it was fun. I thought it was neat. It's cool because you're getting the community involved.
Yeah.
So.
I think wasn't like an episode before Karg or something. We're like, hey, let's just. I'm trying to remember. Like it worked out. Like you and me had the time. We're like, oh, let's knock this out. It's just a 5-minute challenge.
Yeah, it was during the holidays, and that's the reason why Pete and Crow couldn't do it.
Yeah. They were like, hey, we have to play this specific game and do this. Play it for like 2 minutes, high score, and no idea what this is going to be part. And we just thought it was just like you and me versus each other. That's how we. Yep. Then I ended up beating everybody. So that was awesome.
And you know what we should do though, like we should make an earnest effort at the beginning of next year. So like starting July 1, we should start like a bracket and then bring back the challenge again. We should do that.
Sure. Yeah, we used to
absolutely do that. Yes.
Yeah, we should do that live. We need to do it again.
The Evercast score challenge was a thing.
Yeah.
But we should do it. We should do it again because it gets us playing the games again. You know what I mean?
But and all of us have the means to like play. Yeah, we should do that live because that was a lot. Yeah, we started to do that towards the end, right? We would do that.
Yeah, it was super fun, right? Right before we did the changeover from my channel to your channel, we were doing it every week for like 7 months. And it was the impetus for them to do the thing for us. Because when Sean reached out, he was like, "Oh yeah, I love the fact that you're doing the thing. Can we do something similar?" And I'm like, "Sweet, let's go." But then we stopped doing it. So I was like, "Yeah, we should do it."
We need to bring that back to Evercast and find out a way to like randomly choose the game. Maybe it's like didn't Crow say like he has like a randomizer with every game put in? Like we need to do something.
Yeah, he did. He does have that. So
yeah, because what I think would be what made that really a lot more fun is we didn't know the game ahead of time, so it was live. Playing this, let's jump in.
Let's just go and go. Yeah, yep, yeah. We should definitely do it. So,
yeah, we'll have to talk about that.
Yeah, we got to set it up, but yeah, we should set it up like it's a season. You know what I mean? Like do it official. We'll get like some like graphics and whatever, and we'll work on it. So we'll set it up. Like I said, like so here's September 7th. I'm saying this right. So we got to do it by Jan 1. So the January. The Evercast we get into the new year in 2025. We start 2025 by doing this, but we make it official. We'll make it like a league. We'll have points and keep track of it and all. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, I like that better. Do a live
poll on the day. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah.
Yes, I like that better than one of the new carts because I think it's more fun if it's just like a game that like if it's random because then like it may be something that like you or me could be good at or something none of us have played for a while.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I like
it a lot. So let's do that.
Interesting, Phantom. So if they released a Capcom cart, but they made it only handheld, that would be kind of dumb. Tight. I don't know.
It'd be basically the same thing they did with the Namco. I mean, I guess I would be fine with it. But the thing is, it's like, would they deny HDMI?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, because if they denied HDMI out and we couldn't capture, then I would get mad about it. But I mean, I guess.
That's what I'm gonna say. That'd be kind of weird, right?
Yeah. So, but I mean, yeah, I mean, I guess if it's just one of them and it's the VS because it plugged on the TV, I guess. I don't know.
I'd be kind
I
of
still
sad.
wouldn't like it, but
Yeah. Or like,
Yeah.
what if we released the same Capcom collection that we had on the EXP, and then you could only play it on the handheld? That would be kind of, like
yeah, it would be kind of silly.
I guess I could take that and play that in my Taito collection, and then I could have both my Taito and Capcom on the go. Maybe that would be
Yeah,
that would be the
all the exclusives on one thing.
yeah. But see, I don't think Capcom or Taito would want that.
I don't think so either.
I think it would have to be new. It'd have to be like newer games. But yeah, that would. If it was newer, newer games, and yes, if they didn't block HDMI for some reason, that would be better than nothing. But that's just like, come on.
Yeah. I mean, in reality, I just want them to get, Blaze to get big enough where they don't have to worry about that. They can just get the licenses they need, put the games out, works on all the hardware, done.
Yeah.
So, but anyway,
I think
You
we're
get this-
winding. I think we're at that.
I get this
we're at that
breakfast,
hour.
Sammy just staring me in the face. I gotta eat it.
So what do you want to plug real quick?
So either later on today or I don't even. Well, Sunday's gonna be super busy, so maybe nothing then. But maybe later on today. Speaking of things like this that look like this, I'm gonna do part 2 of my Polymega installation game, where I put in another. I think it's another 12 games, and we're gonna test them as we do them, make sure they all work and get installed on the Polymega.
Those are fun. I enjoyed the last one where you did with your cohort in the Studio B and
Yeah.
yeah, those are fun. I like that. Like, let's make sure they work. Yeah, those are cool.
Yeah, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that, and then other than that, it's I'm gonna be dipping back into some Evercade stuff this week, because there isn't a whole lot of big stuff happening everywhere else, except for Friday. Next Friday is gonna be huge because Yars, what the heck is it called?
Yeah, that new Yars.
Legacy? Yars Legacy? It's the new Yars game. It's coming out on Atari VCS, so of course we're going to be playing that. And then that's it. So we should have some things though, because this thing is staring me in the face, saying, "Hey, we're 4 dungeons away from the end of this game.
Oh yeah, we need
We
to
should get the card done." Yars Rising. Thanks, Ballistic. I knew you knew the answer. We need to finish up some Phantasy Star, so we can start another completion quest.
Yes,
What's
yeah,
up?
we need to do that.
So we need to do that. I know it's been busy for you too. You adjusting into your new job and all that stuff. So
Yeah,
we'll figure out a time. We'll get that done. But that's pretty much that for me.
cool. And then real quick, I'll be here at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, and hopefully the audio and stuff, the weirdness, I think that'll all be worked out. And then I'm hoping Tomb Raider will arrive sometime next week and do my first impressions. Whether that'll be live or separate video, who knows? We'll have to see. I was gonna say I may have to pull a Rich and just do an unboxing and then just do. I don't know.
There you go.
We'll see. But otherwise, I'm excited with the new collections. I think all that, and I think we can call it. And thank everyone for tuning in, and go ahead and thank my channel members. And
Sweet.
bye, everybody.
See you next week.
Thanks, Crashline, Mr. Shua, Immortal Sojourn, Sucker MC, Ember Cummings, Joe Whitlash.